Hey guys, I'm back again. So it's time here to do a quick little comparison review between the Note 4 and the Samsung Galaxy S6. Last year's flagship against this year's flagship. I think a lot of people will be going through a dilemma here, looking at what is the better buy. I have been using these over the past couple of days to see which one I feel is the better buy. First things first, we can start off with the build quality on both of them. Both of them are coming with slightly different build quality. Obviously, a more textured back here with the Note 4, which obviously gives a much better kind of grippiness in the hand, as well as the chamfering across the edges here, which I definitely do enjoy. It's like the iPhone 5S kind of look here. Which I think gives it a really nice look of premium, which we were not used to back in 2014 with Samsung. When it comes to the S6, however, we have a much more curved kind of rounded off design, and it does feel very comfortable in the hand, as well as premium. I think Samsung was quoted as saying that it's 1.5 times as sturdy as the iPhone 6. I do think it borrows quite heavily from the iPhone 6's type of design though, but it does feel very nice and easy to hold in the hand because it is a bit smaller, and that might alienate people from the Note 4's dimensions. It is obviously got that glass back though, so that does lend to a slightly slippier feel in the hand. And also, if you get the dark one, which is closer to blue, you might find some fingerprints coming up on there, and that's the reason why I got a white one, because you can't see the fingerprints. So if we look at the displays on both of them are coming with absolutely gorgeous Super AMOLED displays here, which are very high resolution, 1444 by 2560 to be exact, with PPI of 577 on the S6, which I think the Notes is closer to 500. Covered by Gorilla Glass 4, so fully protected, and that means that you are going to be able to take it in your pocket and not worry about kind of scratches, etc. I think the only real difference that I've found with these two displays, if I'm to be honest, is that the S6's is much brighter. In terms of your day-to-day, they're both about equivalent in terms of how nice they are. The viewing angles, etc., absolutely superb. I really love Super AMOLED displays anyway. But when you, like, for example, if we go to an app, for example, here, we can see we've got the brightness on full on both of them, and if we just get out this nice little device, it can show us basically what sort of brightness we're getting here in terms of the looks, and we can see we're getting about 500 there, 520 I think, whereas on the S6 it does go up like to quite high there, up to 612. So you are going to get a slightly better daylight viewability with the S6, which is very nice since AMOLEDs historically haven't been that strong in that area. In terms of the specs, again, we have very nice processors in both of them. We have a Exynos 7420, which is an octa-core, one quad-core at 1.5 gigs and another quad-core at 2.1 gigs, and that's paired with a Mali T760 MP8. On the other hand, with the Note 4, we have the Snapdragon 805, which is very nice, and the Adreno 430, I think it is, which is nice as well. I think the speed is 2.8 gigs or something like that, but at the end of the day, we've gone way past the need for like really high-end processors really, but then again, some people are going to really appreciate like having the cutting edge speed. There's not really too much difference, to be honest, between these two when you come to like opening apps up and things like that. As you can see, I am running on KitKat with the Note 4 because I find the recoveries a little bit more stable than the Lollipop recoveries. But even on Lollipop, they both have kind of like the same type of responsiveness really. So I wouldn't read into specs too much when comparing these two. However, where the specs do kind of matter is like in terms of what each phone is giving you. With the Note 4, we're getting a fantastic array of options here. All you have to do is pop off the back, which as you can see, we can get access to a removable battery, which is 3220, so it's a huge battery in there. You're also getting your micro SD expandability up to 128 gigs, which is nice, and that supplements the already big 32 gigs on board. Whereas you don't actually get that, unfortunately, on the S6. We only get about 2500 mAh, I think it is, battery with fixed storage of 32, 64 or 128 gigs, depending on how much you're willing to spend. And certainly, I think that if you're a power user or a business user, you're going to get more runtime off the Note 4. The battery's been very good so far. As you can see, it's on 76%. I did charge it last night and been using it heavily today, and it's still on that. So I think you're going to get very good battery run times, but the Note 4 is absolute beast mode when it comes to this. And also with the Note 4, you're getting your S Pen integration here. Now some people don't even bother use the S Pen, but I would suggest that you do get to grips with it, because it is part of the experience with the Note phones. So for example, you can quickly get up this quick menu here and draw something, then share that out, which is very nice. You can also go to, for example, a browser, and then select you don't want to type anything, you can just say Google here, and then that will go to Google. Very nice and quick there. So the S Pen definitely has, kind of adds a lot of value to the experience. You don't get any of that Wacom technology though in the S6, unfortunately. As you can see, no response whatsoever. So that's definitely something that leverages in favour of the Note 4. However, the S6 does come with its own little nifty tricks, such as one of my favourites that I've discovered about it, the ability to use it like a Moto X. So for example, you can say, "Hi Dexter's Laboratory." "Hi Dexter's Laboratory. How are you today?"
So far, so good.
Now, I have to say, I think that S Voice does sound a bit robotic now and again, but I do think that it's a lot better than the Google kind of voice in terms of doing stuff like turning on the Bluetooth, etc. I think that's a fantastic feature, which really is amazing that they've included on the S6. We also have the fantastic fingerprint scanner here, which is seamless compared to the one on the Note, which I wasn't a huge fan of, to be honest, and that's the reason why I don't have it on here. You can put it on it if you want, kind of thing, but you do have to mess around with kind of like this swiping mechanism, and I don't really like it that much, to be honest. But other than that, we have wireless charging capacity as well, or capability should I say, on the S6, so you can just pop it on a wireless charging pad and off you go, which is very nice. So The other major difference between these two obviously is the camera. They use the same kind of sensor from Sony. They're using the 16 megapixel OIS camera, which is IMX240, I think. And day to day, you know, I have noticed that the camera, I'd say, gives me a little bit more detail on the S6. It's not a huge difference. The Note 4 is still very strong in this aspect, but I think that all things considered, the S6 has you know, one of the best Android cameras you can get right now, and maybe you'll be able to see from these pictures, particularly in the low light, there's a lot less grain in the corners. I think the colours are a bit more natural, and thanks to that very high aperture of 1.9 on the S6, things are a little bit brighter as well. So certainly I'd say the camera experience is a little bit stronger in terms of the pictures. In terms of the video recording, I did notice that the video recording looked a lot faster to focus on the S6, as well as the OIS seemed to do a lot better, keeping it quite stable when I was walking around. You can just have a quick look at this though for yourself, just so you can see. So a quick little video test here of the Note 4 versus the Galaxy S6, both on Full HD. So we can see what the performance is like here. Both of them focusing very quickly here. I think the S6 was a tad quicker there, but only just. Wow, very quick performance of the focusing here. Yep, S6 again. So certainly an improvement there when it comes to the video recording. Let's just test out the stability of the optical image stabilization. So you can see I'm walking around here, and looks very nice and smooth on both of them. So I think you're going to get the best kind of video recording experience on these devices that you can get. No problems whatsoever here. So at the end of the day, you know, as I said, they both give a very fantastic camera experience, among the best that Android has to offer. I think at the end of the day, whichever of these devices will appeal to you based upon who you are as a person. If you're someone who, you know, needs to be away from the charger quite a lot, is more of a business power user, I'd definitely point you in the direction of the Note 4 still. It's still a fantastic powerhouse, and does leverage a lot of advantages in regards to the battery, micro SD, bigger screen obviously, lots more content you can get on there, as well as the fantastic kind of multitasking that you can do, which I think I've shown you in a couple of videos before. You can just get a load of these, for example, and make them a bit smaller, and then get them all on your screen at the same time, which is really unparalleled really. You don't get any of that on the S6. However, where the S6 does shine is in regards to the new stuff that it's bringing to the table. I think for the first time Samsung have made a device which you know, competes fantastically against the Note series, because like for example the S5 was overshadowed a bit by the Note 3, and the S4 was overshadowed a bit by the Note 2, but I think that the fantastic camera, the premium build quality, the wireless charging, the quick activation, fingerprint scanner, it all kind of adds up to a fantastic experience that I would recommend if you're looking for that. Yeah, just a quick little comparison here, review of these two trinkets. I hope you did enjoy, and please like the video if you did, or subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.